to their children refers to a cultural attitude in many African homes, most especially mothers, who really say, I am sorry to their children. Welcome to Truebond Matchmaking Podcast, a uniquely designed concept that will come live every day of the week, downtown the city of Lagos, to bring you all that matters in a relationship and in marriage. My name is Emmanuel Silva Ilake, and with me on the floor of the show is Pastor Kweyemi Oguntimehin. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Today we'll be looking at our African mothers who don't really say, I am sorry to their children. It's a common practice here in African mothers. Most mothers here in this part of the world really say, I am sorry, even though when they make mistakes. So we're looking at that aspect of our lives here in this part of the world, and we'll be sharing your thoughts. If you want to be a part of the show, please feel free to call on the numbers on the screen, and let's hear your opinions. African mothers, do they really say, I am sorry to their children? Well, some say they really say, I'm sorry, and they have other ways of covering that aspect of their inadequacies when they know that they have erred, and they find it difficult to say, I'm sorry to their children, even though they make mistakes at home. Now, sir, we'll be looking at some salient questions, and I want you to do justice to that as well. Let's look at it from this perspective. Now, in many African homes, parents rarely apologize to their children. Why do you think this culture exists in Africa?
Okay, thank you. We are importing the other culture,
foreign culture,
which it has always dominates our, our society. Our society. We are, some of our culture are gradually widening away, and we don't know. Because in the olden days, I remember when I was still growing, when I was still small, I have never seen a situation whereby my father would tell me that well, you just only mentioned the mother. It will not be fair enough when we only consider mother. We have to get parents.
Okay.
So, I don't know why now that it has become a controversial issue that parents don't apologize to their children.
Even when they
That's very good. When you make mistake at home and you see that, the mistake is coming from you. At least as a parent, to lead by example, you have to learn how to say sorry.
Okay, so the question is, do African parents, we're not saying mother, do African parents apologize to their children even when they make mistakes at home? Oftentimes, do African parents apologize to their children even when they make mistakes? Let's hear your thoughts on that, your opinion on that, and let's share your views, and let's deliberate and let's discuss painstakingly, why do we have such culture in this part of the world? Do African parents apologize to their children? Now, I have this fundamental write-up here. They said this often happens because traditional African parenting emphasizes respect for authority, for elderly authority and discipline. Where parents believe apologizing might weaken their position or reduce respect children have for them. Instead of apologizing, they may show care in other ways, such as cooking for the children, giving advice, or becoming kinder in the process.
Yeah.
Do you share that opinion?
Yeah, that will be very okay, because by the time when you make it a habit, to be apologizing all the time when something happened, they will take it as their right. Actually, they're not mature enough.
Okay.
So they'll be expecting you, whatsoever that happens, they'll be expecting that sort of you. But I know that what normally happens if you correct your child for a certain thing, and you see that the child is still crying, you know, you can just give out something, you know, like gift, at least to appease him or her, you know, to stop crying. I think that one is better than we, you know, looking at or pushing for saying sorry. Like let me take for instance, maybe something happen, maybe in the kitchen.
Okay.
You know, whenever they break a plate, the children break plate in the kitchen. You know, normally the mother can shout and he can beat and he can do all sort of things.
Okay.
So let's now say that the mistake now happen from the mother. Maybe mistakenly you carry cup and the cup break in the house. So you know they'll be looking at you that okay, now what do you want to do?
If someone makes a mistake, the mother makes a mistake, to the kitchen, you go to flog herself, chastise herself.
So you know, in that situation, what do you think we will be able to do? So you know, we should not what we cannot finish, we should not start it. It's our culture. You know,
to apologize to children,
and it's not really not to apologize when you do something that you know that you really hurt your children. You can call them and apologize. No, there are certain things. But like, let me say this. Like if more parents, don't let me be specific to one side.
Okay.
Let me say parents, they're supposed to take care of their children. They did not do it.
Okay.
You understand? And these children, they now, you know, on their own, they struggle to become important person in life. You know, it will be ringing in their brain that, oh, when we need the support of our parents, we did not see them. You understand? And there's nothing they can do. They have to apologize.
But that's a different body entirely.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
And the apology will be different from
just something happens around you were expecting your parents to be telling you sorry.
Okay. So anyway, so it's just a cultural thing. But in that society over there, the Western world, you see parents apologizing to their little kids for one little mistakes within the house. Why is that so? Is it because of
culture there?
It as an abuse.
You cannot just do anything anyhow there.
So if
your own child can call police.
If I'm in Nigeria, for instance, and I relocate to the Western society to live there with my little kids,
yes,
and they make mistakes in the kitchen, and I try to spank them, would I be prosecuted for that? Or would I be charged for that, arrested for that?
If they should call police, they can charge you for that. So you have to be very careful.
Okay, there's a cultural difference anyway.
Yes.
So the question is, do African parents apologize to their children even when they make mistakes at home? Oftentimes, just like I rightly said, sometimes there are some situations where the parents will have to come down to their level, and probably go down their knees and say, I'm sorry to that child, apparently maybe due to one neglect in the past or the other. You understand? Okay, now let's go to the next line of discussion. How can a child feel emotionally... how can a child feel emotional when a parent refuses to admit a mistake or apologize after being wrong? What's the feeling like?
If you make them to get used to that, they will be feeling bad.
Okay.
Yeah, they will be feeling bad. If you make them to get used to
always apologizing,
you know, they will be getting so bad if you don't do that.
So you agree with the fact that it is very wrong for parents to apologize to their children even when they make
we cannot totally say that it's wrong for them to apologize, but it's not to the level that you now make yourself, you know, you make yourself in the house not having any a kind of relevance. Because, you know, they are children. It will get to a time that they will see that is their right. You know, sometimes things will happen and you are going to go and do something for you. They will tell you that if you don't apologize for the previous mistake you made,
some kids can be very funny.
Yes.
Once it becomes an attitude and it becomes a part of them, I don't know, they say,
we won't be able to correct them again.
They'll be expecting you to say
to say that sorry.
And it becomes a part and parcel of them.
And they get outside there to the society. They would like to also, you know, be pushing for that. You will not be doing that to them.
Okay, when you were growing up, let's come down to when you were growing up. Did you experience that situation with your parents when you were growing up as a little kid, when you were living with them? Maybe you were in primary school or secondary school and all that, and your parents make mistake, and maybe you just made a mistake with something in the house, and shortly afterwards, maybe your mom or your father made similar mistake, and you looked at them and say, maybe that's it.
Who brought me where to women family before my father?
So what happens to you now? Who's not going to punish you for
Who brought me where?
It's a very funny thing, very interesting.
Then whenever we are playing football, and we just sight our father coming apparel, we just rush in to go and to go and pretend as if we did not even come out this morning.
There was a time
we will carry the book. We will be sorry. Sometimes they will come in and be asking us, is it the book you are reading? It will be something like this.
I was very little that time, so I injured my leg, my right, one of my toes, and there was a cut on it. So my mother was very, very furious. I think that day it was like hell from above. In the room that day, she was very furious and mad with me. Shortly afterwards, she hit her leg on one of the objects in the room. That same toe, one of her toes, she had a cut on that toe. So I was just looking at her, and she was looking at me, and she just angrily ignored, like, what are you looking at? You understand? So I was just imagining, okay, she did the same thing that has happened to you now. So who is now going to flog you? Because she flogged me that day, and I won't forget that day. She flogged me that, am I blind? Was I blind? Did I see the object
on the floor?
When I was walking, just throwing my legs anyhow. That I should walk cautiously in the room. I should know how to walk perfectly in the room, not just throwing your legs and be walking anyhow. So she now made the same mistake, and she refused to beat herself for that attitude that she made. And she beat me that day. I remember she flogged me extensively that day because I mistakenly hit my leg and I caught my leg. I got injured though.
And she we can do that to all these children we are raising.
I have to bring it up to that. Bring that to Gen Z.
Gen Z, I know. No, it can't.
Really, what kind of children do you think they are bringing up in this present generation with Gen Z parents, where they find it difficult to chastise their children even when they make mistakes? In the face of mistakes they have made, they find it difficult to chastise them and to flog them effectively.
That's why, that's why the society now is on kids. That's why
we're having problems.
We're having problems in the society.
Because is it biblical that you must chastise a child?
Yeah, that's what Bible says. If you need to correct your child, correct your child. Your child will not be controlling you. You have to be able to talk to your child and correct your child when it is necessary.
Okay, now, but those the white people that actually brought religion, Christianity to the Bible to us here in this part of the world, in the continent of Africa, they hardly do all of that, and they know that the Bible, clearly states it that a parent should be able to chastise. If it means you flogging using a horsewhip to correct the child, correct it. But I find it difficult to do that in the face of child abuse and all that. Flogging a child publicly and spanking a child.
The problem we have in Africa is we don't really have that kind of will I say law that really define the extent that we can do certain things. Okay. And even if the law defines it, do we really obey
the law?
But over there, they always, the law is always restricting them to certain extents, and they really obey their laws.
So you can't just
do anyhow there. You can't do anyhow. Have you seen a situation whereby you made a mistake in the house and your child will tell you that Dad, I'm calling police for you? If your daughters will say that, Daddy, I'm calling police for you.
double portion you receive that day.
There's one story I had at the time. I don't know whether it is true or not. I said one parent, this child, they are Nigerians. They said this child has been misbehaving. They're in America. He has been maybe she or he, I don't know. Now the child has been misbehaving for long, and this woman has been enduring that one day we'll go back to Nigeria. They say as they landed in Nigeria, this woman, treated this child
like a common criminal,
like a African mother. So we are in Nigeria now. We are not in America. I can beat you the way I like.
But what if they return to the place and the child now decides to
I don't know the way they will resolve it now. I don't know.
Is it possible for the child to return with the mother and he or she will now go to the proprietor?
He or she can report, but where is the evidence?
That's another thing.
You understand? Camera is everywhere.
So whatever you do,
you think that you can deny it. The camera, they can go to camera and extract it.
Okay. Now we have been discussing do African parents apologize to their children? Is it a cultural thing or is just our ways of life? Because over there in the Western society, parents are fond of easily apologizing to their children with little mistakes. If they make mistakes at home, they easily go down and apologize to their children. But here in Africa, why is that so? Why is that different? And we actually do the same parenting. The kind of parenting they do over there is still the same parenting we'll do here with a slight difference. So we'll go for this little break. When we return, we'll continue from where we stopped. Truebond Matchmaking Podcast live on YouTube and Facebook. We'll be back shortly after this break. Stay with us.
Looking for the perfect souvenirs that leave lasting impressions? Welcome to souvenirstore.ng, your one-stop destination for all things memorable. We specialized in corporate souvenirs that promote elegant wedding souvenirs to make your big day unforgettable. Birthday and party souvenirs that light up every celebration. Religious and cultural event souvenirs that honor traditions. Beautifully custom branded merchandise tailored to your vision. Personalized gift items that speaks from the heart. Bulk souvenir supplies for large events and premium packaging and branding to complete the experience. At souvenirstore.ng, we bring your ideas to life with creativity, quality and style. Call us today on 081-359-17767. Follow us on Instagram at souvenirstore.ng, Facebook souvenirstores.ng, souvenirstores.ng, where every gift tells a story. Looking for the perfect.
Like the usual saying that marriage is a scam, but I want to tell you categorically clear, unequivocally that here on Truebond, marriage is sweet and it is a reality for you and I. All you need to do is
moving right on from one captivating moment into another. This is still Truebond Podcast on YouTube, live on Facebook as well. And we've been discussing do African parents apologize to their children? What makes the difference if a parent decides to apologize? Is it a big deal if they choose to apologize to their children if they make mistakes at home? Or you have any contrary opinion to that, you can always place a call and let's have your opinion on that issue. Well, let's go further right now. Now, is apologizing to children a sign of weakness in parenting or a sign of emotional maturity and accountability? Apologizing to children, is it a sign of weakness in parenting or a sign of emotional maturity and accountability?
It's not as if you are weak when you apologize to them for certain things. At least it will be in a way that you correct them in love.
Okay, correcting in love.
In love, exactly. Okay. So you let them know. Not like olden days. If your parents want to correct you, they correct you with cane. But not now. At least you let them know that this thing that they are doing is wrong. As an African citizen.
Okay, what makes the trend change suddenly? That in those days when we're growing
It's a
up, our parents
level of exposure and development.
and maybe civilization.
It's civilization, yes, exactly.
Okay, so
Because what some parents don't even know, their children, they know. At least they Google everything and they see what is happening in the other part of the world.
okay. Okay, so you mean that okay, let's assume that is a cultural thing in our part of this part of the world. Okay, but food in the real face value, knowing fully well that as a parent, you know that you have wronged this child. Should the parents, the father or the mother, really, go down and apologize, see to the fact that he or she they apologize to that little child? I mean, there should be a way out of this.
Yes, no, if you see that what you have done, that you have really hurt that child, there is nothing there. You can call the child and say, sorry. All what I'm doing, at least I'm trying to ensure that
you are protected.
You are protected and you don't do any mistake in life. You understand? So not that you will do it in a way that you make them feel as if that's their right. So it has to have the limit.
And it shows signs of weakness on the part of the parent.
So they will not see that as if these are right.
Okay.
Because the time will come that you won't be able to control it again.
Okay. Now there's this particular question I want to ask you. How can African parents balance maintaining discipline while also teaching humility by apologizing when necessary? How can they balance maintaining discipline? How can they balance discipline while also teaching humility by apologizing when necessary? When you apologize, you are either teaching that child just in case he or she find his or herself in a situation where you have to apologize. It is what you teach a child that he or she grows up with. A child should learn how to apologize when he or she goes wrong. But a whole lot of children, when they get to a certain stage, they find it difficult to, you have a younger kid and an elderly one. You see, oftentimes, the parent do caution or chastise the younger one to say, I'm sorry to the elderly one. So if a mother, parent, for instance, cannot balance that discipline, you are disciplining the child and you are also teaching that humility, imparting that humility to that child. How can they balance the two sides? By apologizing when necessary, so that the child can learn from them.
Yes, we can do that, by not going to extremism in whatsoever that we are doing.
Okay, it should not be extreme.
Yeah. So because the reason why is that I want to direct this one to the mother. Whenever anything happens, our mother, they talk too much. So you should be able to balance things when you are trying to instill the discipline into your child
and teaching the child
the
ways of life.
So you have to minimize the way you handle the situation. You don't talk too much. At a time you wanted if you want to correct your child, you talk from morning to evening. That's not the way to correct, because there are certain things you will say that the child will pick, that it will now be thinking that, is this woman my mother?
I had that experience as well when I was young.
So the child will now be wondering that, so this woman said this, is she my mother?
My mother was always beating me.
So by the time you now come back, you are thinking that you want to correct him or her. You will now find out that you are guilty already. So you should not be talking too much, and let your correction be constructive enough, that it will not hurt that child.
Okay, there has to be some measure of moderation.
Measure of moderation, exactly.
Okay, but that most times we grew up with attitude, and it takes we get to that stage in life where we have to start functioning as a family man. You understand? So it is whatever we must have learned while growing up that takes us to that level. We take to that level.
Yes.
Most couples don't know how to apologize to each other. Apparently, from what they learned while they were growing up. So some people, they grew up in an environment where they can hardly say sorry because they are not used to it. How do you think a mother, parents can teach children so that they will not grow up to that level and they will find it difficult? That's the humility aspect of it. They will find it difficult to say, I am sorry, even in the face of their mistakes, knowing that they made that mistake and they should be able to say, I am sorry. Because it is what you teach that child from that little beginning that he or she will grow up with and eventually start his own home. A man who is married to a lady, and at the end of the day, he finds it difficult to say, I'm sorry to his wife from what he learned as a result of when he was a kid. So how can a mother, parents most especially, they say mother because they almost fond of the mother to do most of all these things. How can they build that structure in their children so that when they grow up, they will know how to say, I am sorry, even though they are not the one that is totally guilty of that situation?
Mr. Emmanuel, let me tell you the truth. It is difficult.
Very, very difficult.
It's very, very difficult because most especially the children that we have these days. Before they can even, if you are asking them anything or you are doing something you want to correct them on certain thing, they want to ask you question. They ask you question. You must answer that question. Before they even admit to you that you can correct them, they ask you why. Why that thing that you ask them not to do? Why are you telling them not to do it? So it's a great job that parents that they need to do before they can instill this kind of a culture or attitude into their children.
Always admitting the faults.
Yes,
because that thing has actually it has really destroyed a lot of homes, new homes, because of that attitude, that cultural thing that the children actually grew up with, not knowing how to say I am sorry. It's just a little sorry would have saved that marriage of that young man.
It's common in Africa. That's why it is difficult. You see the couple, one will be expecting the other to say sorry. One will be expecting that, I'm not the one at fault.
Okay.
So it's the way that we grew up in Africa. So it's not a day thing. One can learn it gradually. But all these children that we are bringing up now, if we can try, to teach them or to instill them. But one thing is, whatsoever that you don't have, you can't give it out. You yourself that you want to teach them, do you practice it? So what you don't have, it will be very difficult to give it out.
Okay.
So all this culture is we are borrowing them, and for us to be able to implement it well, it's always difficult.
Okay, which one would you prefer? Is it our real culture where the parents will have to drop a cane and flog the little kid, the child, if he or she makes mistakes, or the one that requires this Gen Z type of apologizing ways of teaching, disciplining children? Which one would you embrace? If you have to embrace it, which one do you embrace?
I'm not in support of drawing out the cane to be beating your child, because the way they brought you up, as in the way your mother took care of you when you were still small, the kind of strength that you have, the children of this day, they don't have it.
They don't have that kind of strength. Okay.
How many times your mother will beat you? Even flog you while you are still sleeping on the bed.
I can't even count.
Nothing happened to you.
You're most stubborn.
Nothing happened to you.
All the 8 children.
All these children we are
They are so feeble.
So
they don't have strength.
They don't have strength. So we just need to be very careful.
That's it.
So I cannot advise any parent, to be beating their child, but you can correct them. And you monitor them. If you see them doing anything wrong, quickly call them to order. You know, they have two different. My children too. If they are doing anything, you can't be doing.
But doesn't stop one from spanking them.
No, you can spank them. It's not as if you should forget that one totally.
Okay.
The Bible even support it.
Okay.
That in their hearts.
Okay.
Madness is there.
So much.
So you have to flog it out. But not to the level that you kill them.
Of inflicting injury on them.
Inflicting injury on them. So you understand. So you have to balance it. You have to balance it. So what we are trying to say is that you have to mix the two
together.
Both African culture and the one that we have
okay, so you have to be able to balance it.
Yes.
But they cannot mix our style of
have you ever seen them imbibing any of our culture? Do you think that they see us as a
it's been an interesting time. Okay. The next 2-3 minutes, we have 3 minutes to run out of the studio. Okay, now final question. What positive impact could it have on children's emotional development if parents openly admit mistakes and apologize?
They will be happy. If you are doing that to them, they will be happy. And you will think that you are doing them favor. You are not doing them favor.
If they make them happy, it's a positive impact.
Well, it might be a positive impact, but it will get to a time they will see it as a right. You won't be able to correct them on a certain level. Because when you are trying to correct them, they will tell you that, mom or dad, this is my nature. But this is what I want to do.
And if that child grows up with that kind of attitude,
the
problem is
happy when you are pampering them, what they are doing, you say, okay, you are good.
Many parents think that's the way to show them love.
No, that's not the way. That's not the way. I must tell you the truth. It's not everything that you be, you just be patching them. It's not everything. If not, you will destroy their life. Yeah. Okay. You will destroy their life.
So it has a disadvantage.
It has a disadvantage.
Okay, that's a very good one. All right. We'll leave it right here, and maybe, hopefully, by the special grace of God, on Monday, next week rather, precisely midweek next week on Wednesday, we'll come right into your living room with another topical issues that has to do with marriage and relationship and our home. We'll be discussing something very, very interesting next week, and we hope that you'll be able to join us and be a part of this beautiful moment on YouTube and Facebook live as we broadcast from the city of Lagos. And something will be coming up later today, much later today, from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Our Father in the Lord will be ministering, and today we'll be praying so hard concerning all firstborns. All firstborn will be prayed for today by 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So be a part of that divine encounter with God Almighty, because all our children require prayer.
Yeah.
And from your own understanding, praying for firstborn, what is it like? What's it like spiritually?
No, it's very good. It's very good for us to pray for all our firstborn, because they are the first in a family, which sometimes they really have a lot of battle, which they normally face. You see many times that firstborn will be struggling, to do certain things, while the other ones,
just
are already getting it easy. So it's everyone, it's all the children that needed to be prayed for. But this one, carry the most of the body. So that we really need to.
But let me ask you, as a pastor in the vineyard of God, why is that so? Why do firstborn in the family, encounter such situations in life? Is it spiritual or what? Is there a particular thing to it?
No. It might not be spiritual, but in Africa, there are certain things that we believe in Africa that sometimes it becomes body. If anything is happening in the family, they always fall on a firstborn. If they want to do anything, the firstborn is to be contacted. So In such case,
even if he doesn't have money.
yes, in such case, so that particular person needs prayer.
His prayers.
That he will not be at the position that they will call and he won't be able to answer. You understand what I'm saying?
I get it.
Yes. So God, everybody needs prayer actually, but we just devise it that at least let's pray for all the firstborn.
Okay. So we'll be praying for all the firstborn. Moments of divine encounter with Pastor Olowo Shiore by 7 o'clock on this same platform. Please stay with us and then let's together let us pray for all the firstborn. That is the line of prayer, the prayer point today from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. 7 o'clock to 7:45. 45 minutes intensive prayer for all firstborn in the family. It's a strong prayer. Moment of divine encounter. And also tomorrow at that same 7 o'clock, by that same 7 o'clock rather, he'll be here also with another moment of divine healing where he will be sharing some powerful prayer points to the family to heal you from all afflictions. That is just that. Loaded platforms from Wednesday to Saturday. So same time next week, Wednesday, we'll be here again to talk more. And finally, sir, before we go, we hate to leave, but time is no longer our friend.
Okay.
This is a Truebond marketing platform. For the sake of those who are watching us for the first time, what is this platform all about? Maybe you take 1 or 2 minutes to explain to them.
Yes, we see that one of the reasons why we have this platform is that we see that most of the homes now, we see that the divorce is very, very common. So what is causing it? Why is it happening? So we want to come in, at least we can. It's not as if we can eradicate it.
Yes.
But if there is a way by which we can minimize it, we are here to bring two people together that are compatible enough. So we are going to get involved in the process of their relationship. Right from the period of courtship down to every other thing.
Walk to the altar.
Yes, where they even after we can see also rendering the services to them.
Yes.
And then monitor them up and see that everything is going well. Because in the society today, it's not proper for you see many marriages maybe like a month after, 2 months after, they'll be crying for divorce. So that is why that's one of the major things that we are doing on this platform, and ensure that in the society we make things to work well for most of the homes. Okay,
so if I want to be a part of this platform, how do I?
Yes, you go to our website. We have a website, that's www.truebond.com.ng. We have different services that we render there. Just click the one that you want. We get the message and we get back to you.
So if I open your website, what should I do with that website once I open it?
Now, when you open the website, you go to register now. So you'll be able to furnish us with your information. Immediately you finish filling the form, submit it, and we have the admin will get the information and we'll be able to contact you and know whatsoever be the services you want us to render to you.
Okay.
Yes.
So, like you rightly said, just go to www.truebond.com.ng, looking for that desired partner of yours from any part of the world. This platform has been uniquely designed to do justice to that and give you that desired partner of yours. We've been having lots of applications from our brothers and sisters in Malawi and South Africa in search of the desired partner, and we've been making the right connections and giving them the right connections, and they are getting along with themselves right now. So if you want to be a part of that fun-filled service and that moment of having that desired partner of yours that you so much desire to spend the rest of your life with, please feel free to log on to our website and fill up your information, and from there we'll pick it up and begin to talk. By next week, I promise to be another hotspot for a moment on your YouTube, Facebook Live. My name is Emmanuel Silva. Once again, thank you, sir, for coming.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
By next week, by the special grace of God, please remember to continue to pray for Nigeria in terms of peace and tranquility. Well, that's what we need. And always pray for Mr. President, and let's all live together as one. We can always be united as the fist, but be divided as a finger. As the 2027 election approach, please, let's just tread softly, even though the earth is not fragile. Well, I love you all. We love you from this part of the world, and I want to say, have a wonderful weekend, and bye-bye.
Happy day, everyone. My name is Ajia Zainab Akin Yusuf. I'm the CEO of Amazing Events.
Looking to host an unforgettable event? Welcome to Amazing Events, your trusted partner in event management, planning, coordination, and logistics. From elegant corporate launches to seamless vendor supply and full-scale event execution.
At Amazing Events, we plan all events from ground zero to the finishing line. We give you a stress-free event. We allow you to sit back while we do all the runs. All the way from decoration, we source decorators, we plan the logistics, we manage your event, we manage all the vendors for you, all in one plan. We help you to source even a Shoebi. We help you to get event centers, all the vendors, the caterers, the DJ, the musician, everything that encompasses events. We give you a stress-free event. We manage it for you, all the logistics. We make sure you are just a guest at your own event. Hire us today and we will give you the best memorable event you can ever think of.
We bring your vision to life with class, creativity, and precision, based right in the heart of Ibadan, Oyo State, Southwest Nigeria.